Hey everyone! For today's video I have a little DIY. I've been trying to think of new ways to just revamp my workspace slash office space just to get more inspired, and I just feel like when you are comfortable where you're working or where you're trying to do your homework, or if you're just trying to be creative with something, if you like where you're at, if you enjoy the space you're in, I just feel like ideas flow better. So I've been trying to think of new ways to just revamp my space without having to spend a lot of money. So I decided to use some of the furniture that I already have and just paint it and change it a little bit to fit my ideas. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to do that for very, very cheap. Just use furniture that you already have at home to get the look and create the look that you're trying to go for. So if you're interested in how to DIY your own furniture and just some ideas on how to revamp your space, keep watching.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing is painting these shelves white and gold, as well as the jars. We're going to be doing this shelf as well, white and gold. For this project, you're going to need some paintbrushes, some metallic gold spray paint, white acrylic paint. We'll also use white spray paint, and some tape. Okay, to get started, all you want to do is clean off the surface of your furniture with some paper and rubbing alcohol. Next, you want to tape off the surface of anything you don't want to get paint on with some newspaper and painter's tape if you have it. I'm going to go in with the gold spray paint and spray the metal pieces on my furniture that are currently silver. After you've given the spray paint a chance to dry, you're going to go in with your white acrylic paint and you're going to do the first layer on the black surface of your furniture. It's going to take a few layers to make sure that the color is nice and opaque and that you don't have any streaky lines. Next, we're going to work on our smaller shelves by doing the same steps as we did with the first shelf. We're going to tape off all the parts that you don't want to get any paint on and spray the metal pieces on the shelf with the gold spray paint. Once the spray paint is dry, you're going to go ahead and wipe down the shelves and you're going to give it your first coat of white paint. Now, I'm not sure if the actual material of this wood is what made it harder for the paint to become opaque, but I ended up getting tired of trying to work with the acrylic, and I used white spray paint to just finish it off and make sure that the color was nice and thick and that there weren't any streaky edges. I wanted to paint this face to give my desk a little accent piece, and this is pretty self-explanatory. Just lay down some newspaper and spray paint it gold. Okay, so next we're going to do our hustle sign. I just drew a line in the middle to give me an idea of where I wanted my letters. I couldn't find letters that were gold, so instead I just bought some stickers that were white and filled them in with a gold Sharpie marker. I originally saw this sign on another YouTuber's channel when she did an office tour, and I loved it. I figured that it would be expensive, so I just decided to make it myself. I looked it up online, and it's actually only $13 to get the foil cutout of the word hustle, so if you guys want to do it. But I just think it's nice to look at your own work and be like, yeah, I made that sign. Okay, so we're all finished. Here's the before and after of pretty much all of our projects today.
I'll be posting an office tour once I get my space all done, so stay tuned for that. I do have some tips because this was my first time doing a DIY, so it was trial and error for me too. So I want to go over those real quick. Tip number 1 would be to wear clothes that you don't care if they get messed up. This is a brand new jacket that my mom bought me for Christmas and I ruined it. I have spots of spray paint all on my sleeves. Tip number 2, I would definitely recommend when you're painting furniture to use spray paint versus the regular acrylic paint and the paintbrush that I had been using. As you saw in the video, I started painting the smaller shelves with acrylic paint and a paintbrush, but it was too streaky and I just got frustrated, and I was already on my second coat, didn't feel like doing the third. Went out and bought a tiny little can of white spray paint, and that actually worked a lot better. It was a lot more smooth, there was no streaky lines or anything like that. Tip number 3 would be to buy painter's tape. Definitely, if you want a more crisp, clean edge on all of your furniture when you're doing these DIYs, painter's tape is definitely your best bet, and lay out newspaper. Okay guys, so tip number 4 would be to wear gloves. I ended up getting so much of that gold spray paint on my hands, and it was literally impossible to take off. I had YouTube how to get spray paint off of your skin, and actually the things that came up was to use gas, like pour gasoline on your hands, and that was the only way to take it off. So I had to use lighter fluid to get the spray paint off my hands. So in order to avoid having to do all of that, I definitely suggest getting everything for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments bar below. And subscribe for more videos. Okay guys, that's everything for today's video. If